What do you love about summer in Devon?
It's a special place all year, but this summertime, I think it's the people.
I like the beaches and the hot weather that goes with it.
Well, it's beautiful. It's like being abroad, really, if you get the sun.
I like the beaches and the parks, and people seem to be having fun everywhere you go, and with smiles on their faces. It's lovely.
Brighter days are back.
You might as well be in the south of France.
The sound of Devon.
Why go abroad?
This is BBC Radio Devon.
OK, here we go. Just before 3 o'clock, your game's coming up in your area next.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Goes for a shot! It's in! I'll take the lead!
He's going to go in on goal. Gets the shot away! Oh, it's a second! Sonny Cox! And he has unleashed a rocket!
Ball on the cross, it's hit now! And Jack Storm reaches it at the back post, puts Torquay United in front.
Explodes clear. Bale with Boso, inches from the line. Townsend dives over a try. Jeez, what a start to the second half.
Finding Niskanen, and then Cole on the end of it. Reece Cole breaks the deadlock.
The flag goes up. Henry Slade did it in Toulon. Has he done it again here at Sandy Park? He could get through on goal chance with the Silver to get a shot away. And Torquay United have got a clean start.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
OK, to your first half commentaries then for Torquay United away against Farnborough. This is live on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website. We join your commentary team of Dave Thomas and Harry Salvage.
Thank you ever so much, James. The last time these two teams met 6 months ago, fans protested that they want their club back. Later on that week, Gary Johnson stepped down. The club was going to enter into administration, and the toughest few months of Torquay United's history were coming ahead. But the rain clouds have gone. It's nice and sunny, and the future looks bright for Torquay United. It's the first game of the away of the Breen Consortium era, should I say, as Torquay United make the trip to Farnborough. Both teams won their opening games by 2-1, as they'll both be looking to be in the playoffs or the promotion spots come May later on next year. I'm joined by the Torquay Weekly's Dave Thomas. An exciting one, this one. Two sides heavily favoured in this league going into the season. Both teams with a lot to prove, and still two teams gelling together.
Yes, they are, yeah, and you have to keep remembering that for all us Gulls fans.
Yep.
A hugely new side, and it's quite refreshing actually that Paul Watton's managed to pick an unchanged, completely unchanged team and bench. But we're all set to go. Referee Harry Wager from Kent is about to blow the first whistle of the afternoon. Fingers crossed.
United will get us underway. They're shooting from left to right as we're looking at in the changed, I prefer to call it pink and navy, but on the sheet here it says white, pink and navy, the palm tree shirts, shooting from left to right. It was Farnborough in their traditional all yellow with the cut of blue on the strips. We're just waiting for the referee to be happy to get this one rolling. As I said, Torquay United unchanged for this one from last week. Heyman starts in goal, Dyer, Dreyer and Falston playing in a back three. Tonks and Carson patrolling the wings with Hayfield, Frelkeld and Musa in the midfield. The front two of Brad Ash and Cody Cook, Leo Kasani, Roddy Collins, Ben Seymour, Jaden Crosby and Ed Palmer on the bench for Paul Watton's side. Farnborough, they make one change from the side which beat Chippenham Town by 2-1. It sees Richard Chin, who scored against the Gulls last season, come in for his first start for the club, with Sam Smart dropping down to the bench. Believe they'll be in a 4-4-2 formation of Jack Turner in goal, Dan Bradshaw, Ollie Robinson, Guy Hollis and Josh Casey in a back four. Richard Chin, Ollie Pendlebury, Taylor Clark and Ricky Holmes in the midfield, with the front two of Reggie Young and Mason Bloomfield. They have CJ Fern, David Bremming, the new signing, Manny Oyaleki, Sam Smart and Miller Matthews Lewis available for them on the bench today. As the ball played through by Hayfield, header one by Robinson. Hayfield will go and knock it down in towards the feet of Dreyer, who plays this one long. A little shove in the back of Cook there as it's picked up by Tonks, and nearly got a bite there did Reggie Young, and it's back in towards Dyer, who looks to surge forward for United, still driving for his right. It's Falston out towards the left hand side. Carson gets the cross in, looking for Cook. It's brought down to Cook, and it's going to be turned away for a corner by the Farnborough defender. 0-0.
Really aggressive front foot start by the Gulls. Good move started off down the right hand side with Tonks doing really well, switched it across to the left. A great run by Falston into the middle of the park, picked out Carson on the left. Good early cross, just as he did in the first half at Playmore last Saturday, forces a corner.
Omar Musa will take the corner. It'll be an in-swinger from the far side. Fulston and Ash on the goal line. Centred towards the near post. It's cleared away by Bradshaw. Not a convincing corner from Musa, but it will come back out towards the Burundi international, who goes to take on his man Bradshaw. It's won back by the hosts Farnborough. Bradshaw can look to knock it down. It's blocked though by Carson. It will go out for a throw for Farnborough. We'll keep you up to date with the scores in the Argyle and City game alongside the rest of the games in the National League South. A promising start for both of these sides to their seasons. Farnborough 2-1 win away at Chippenham. We saw Ricky Holmes score twice in that one. Vastly experienced player in the Borough ranks.
I think by the look of it, Harry, just to start with, I mean, we understood it was a 4-4-2. I think you'll find that Mason Bloomfield will sort of be on his own quite a lot up front, and then they'll be breaking to support him from midfield. You and I have seen Mason Bloomfield play a few times over the years for...
Ball picked up by Richard Chin, who breaks down the right hand side of Farnborough, tries to cut the ball back in. It's won back by Jordan Dyer, then is clattered into by the aforementioned Mason Bloomfield. And it will be a free kick for United.
Yeah, he's... Bloomfield's pretty good at that role. Got himself quite a high-profile move to Norwich after his Dagenham days, and then has never really been able to live up to that early promise, but we shall see.
Long ball sent by Hammond. It's going to go over the net. Hollis has managed to get there in front of Brad Ash. He was looking for it. Farrell-Kill can bring it down to Omar Musa, who looks to go and take on his man. He's got the overlapping option of Tonks on the right, but sets it back. The ball knocked over the top, looking there for Cook. It's going to be shielded away by Ollie Robinson, who putting his body on the line.
Bit of a shame, actually, that because there's no segregation here at Cherrywood Road this afternoon, the goal's sizable support, and I think we're talking, well, 500, something like, it's difficult, is spread all around the ground, so it's not as if they're just in one stand. They're probably sprinkled throughout the 4 stands of this ground, which is inevitably going to...
What also doesn't help is that everyone's wearing yellow and blue.
True, because Farnborough, that's their colours as well, but it might not help the atmosphere coming from United's always noisy fans, but we'll see.
From the goal kick, it's going up for a throw for Farnborough on the far side. A tough start for life for Cheshire United, the Southern League South champions. They're currently 1-0 down to Bournemouth at the Meadow.
They don't look desperate to get on with it, Farnborough, here, do they? They've taken their time over 2 or 3 of the early set pieces, but here goes Guy Hollis with a long throw. They're one of their specialities.
Paul Watton's mentioned about entrances into the penalty area. Some of them do come from long throws, and Hollis is going to launch this one into the middle. It's flicked on at the near post, header taken on by the Farnborough number 11, Ricky Holmes, and runs all the way out for a goal kick for James Hammond. And the United goal, St Albans 1, Worthing 0 at Clarence Park.
That's nothing that Worthing will worry about. They were 3 down at Weston-super-Mare last Saturday and still managed to win 4-3. Maybe they like to give the opposition a start.
A 3-0 head start at half-time. Long ball from Harriman. Coke holds it up well. Referee gives advantage. It's now with Tonks. Cutting in towards the middle, finds Farrell-Kelt. Back to Dyer. Scoops it over the top. It's over the head of Cook. Turner will just get there in front of Brad Ash, who caught there by Hollis. It will be Turner's ball.
I think United will be looking to get in behind Hollis and Robinson, the 2 centre-backs in the heart of the Farnborough defence, and that's where Brad Ash comes in. That's his job.
Hayfield being forced to play the ball back by Pendlebury. It's not the most convincing ball back in towards James Hammond, who will volley it away. Initially won by Clark, but it's picked up in the midfield by Farnborough's vastly experienced midfield. It's picked up again by United. Farrell-Kelt under the early pressure with a high press from Farnborough. A very heavy path back to Jordan Dyer, but he can eventually get under control, and Hammond can launch it forward. Header won by Robinson. Hayfield looking to spray it out towards the left-hand side and finds Carson. There's a Farnborough man who stayed down, holding his head, and the referee indicating it is a head injury and the game will be paused, as it looks like Taylor Clark, loanee from Wycombe Wanderers, is going to receive some treatment. 6 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Farnborough 0, Torquay United 0 here at Cherrywood Road.
Well, it's a head injury. He's got to go off. there's too many players doing this, isn't there? Going down, claiming head injuries. The game has to be stopped. They get up a few moments later and then complain when the referee says, off you go. Should have read the script, shouldn't they? I've no doubt he's perfectly okay.
Tactical, taking the advantage of the rules. Everybody
United get the ball back.
United have the ball. It's going to be Sam Dre out towards Dyer, who's got to be quick there because Clark is literally behind him, who's just come back onto field. Paul Watton not happy speaking to the fourth official there. The ball spread out towards the left-hand side. It's brought down by Bradshaw, who can find his companion on the right chin. In the middle to Pendlebury. Holmes under the pressure from Cook, who wins the ball, but referee saying there's too much power there from Cook, and it will be a free kick inside the centre half for Farnborough.
I don't think Mr. Wager is one of those referees you should be talking to an awful lot this afternoon, especially with the new encouraging rules that say that captains should be the only people who really have a relationship with the...
Turner, ball brought down. Reggie Young trying to twist and turn away. Dyer gets him in the way and it pokes out for a corner. I think, like with all these rules, Dave, we'll see them influence for the first month of the season, and they'll revert back to the old ways by the time Christmas is appearing. There will be a corner though for Farnborough, and then swinger for the hosts. I think it's only Robinson, the centre half, is going to take this. A decent goal scoring record at Metropolitan Police during his time there in the Southern Premier. He's on the edge of the area looking for the prime position. In it comes. Hammond's gone for it. He's missed it, but luckily for United, the header from Guy Hollis goes over the bar and out for a goal kick.
James Hammond came for an early cross in the opening day win against Enfield. Didn't get there, and that header by an Enfield player went over the bar, just wide of the post. And he's got away with one there. Never really looked like getting that, did it? I know they're trying to encourage James Hammond to be more aggressive off his line.
Well, he is imposing.
United got away with one a little bit.
Robinson wins the initial header. Second's won by Dyer. It will go for a throw for the hosts. I would say maybe just the game's favouring their momentum at the moment. The referee just saying to Josh Casey to give it back to Ollie Robinson, who will take this throw long for Farnborough. Flicked on by Frelkeld. Well, for another throw in a promising position here for Farnborough to send it in long. Guy Hollis will make space. You said, Dave, there's not much rushing going on from Farnborough.
Sorry?
Not much rushing from Farnborough to take these set plays.
They don't, do they? They're playing as if it's sort of last 10 minutes rather than the first 10 minutes. Or as... we haven't got that wrong, have we?
No,
Hollis again is... Obviously he plays centre-back most of the time. These long throws are a big feature of Farnborough's play. Paul Watton picked it out earlier on. Here we go.
Hollis
he decides
send it
not
out
to.
towards the edge there to Pendlebury, who can hit them from this distance. He does go for it, but it's low and wide, and the referee saying it took a touch of the Torquay man last, but they were nearly caught out from that. Pendlebury, I've seen him score one of those for Wickham, so yeah. I'm not surprised he's decided to go for that one. And Farnborough have themselves a corner, this time out on the far side, which Pendlebury will go to take, and it looks like this is going to be an outswinger from the Farnborough 15. All on the edge of the 6-yard box this time too, at the front post. In it comes from Pendlebury, swinging out, looking for Holmes, who can knock it back in towards the middle, cleared away by Frelkeld, out towards Richard Chin, who can bring it down out towards the right hand side now with Bradshaw, looking to take on Hayfield. Twist back in towards the middle, having to retreat, flays out towards Holmes. Frelkeld puts the early pressure onto him. It's now into the possession of Bradshaw again. All the way back to Turner, and United have done well with that set play to force it back to the keeper. But he goes off to send this one long. Header one by Dyer. Cuts in now to Taylor Clark. Out towards the right hand side with Bradshaw. Chin gets away from Dyer, can knock it back in the middle towards Taylor Clark under the pressure from Brad Ashew. Pressurised as well, he stumbles down, clashes into Mason Bloomfield. And the referee saying there was a foul on Brad Ash, and it will be a free kick for United.
Good tracking back by Ash there. That was quite important because Farnborough player was making a decent run from midfield. Ash got back, stopped him and drew the free kick.
Northampton 0, Exeter City 1. Tristan Crana giving the Grecians the lead there as the ball ran all the way out for a goal kick for Farnborough. It's the other major footballing side, Argyle 0, Hull 0. On BBC Radio Devon Sports, we're still waiting for the first goal here between Farnborough and Torquay United. A lovely start with Farnborough edging it so far.
Pretty even contest up to now. United started pretty well, but Farnborough are into it now, mainly through set pieces. And United are having to make sure they don't make any mistakes, silly mistakes especially.
Chin brings it down on the edge of the area, tries to cut it out towards their left hand side, chasing it down is Reggie Young. Turns on Tonks. Back into Clark. Here's Ricky Holmes. Goes from distance as Holmes, but always going wide of Hammond's goal and out for a goal kick. Weymouth 0, Hemel Hempstead 1 at the Bob Lucas. Ricky Holmes did actually score a great goal against Chippenham last week, curling from the edge of the area.
Yeah, he's playing in a slightly withdrawn role, Holmes, in the middle of midfield, and trying his best to sort of get up and support Mason Bloomfield when he can. And that system isn't working too badly at all for...
Ball played over top by Ricky Holmes, but straight into the hands, or straight to the feet of James Hammond.
They've got some pace out wide with Chin on the right. United, I think Matt Carson may not get the freedom to push forward quite as he had certainly in the first half at Plainmoor last Saturday.
Dyer. On back though by Clark, and it's now with Pendlebury. It's back to Turner, who will send this forward. All in purple today is the Farnborough keeper. Holmes knocks it out towards Clark on this left-hand side. Looks to carry it over Tonks, and Chin chasing this one. The pressure from Dreyer. He's got away from Dreyer, who slips. There's Chin. Hammond's come off his line. He's claimed that one as the goalkeeper, as Worthing have equalised at St Albans 1-1 in that clash. The latest score in the National League South. Hammond in the all green this afternoon. Sends this one forward. Cook flicks it on, looking for Brian Ashley, getting away, moving down his right hand side. Hollis comes across with a challenge. It will go out for a throw for United, the first attacking one for a while. It's Tonks who's taken possession of the ball. Falkeld and Musa, the two shorter options. He finds Musa, who turns superbly on his men, gets a cross in low, but it's cleared away by Hollis, brought down by Dyer, out towards Fulston. Looks up. Hayfield tries to poke it through. It's blocked there by Bradshaw. Hayfield can retain possession for United. Musa dummies it, finds Tonks on the right-hand side, gets across and low, is flicked on. He's fallen in between the space of Ash and Cook. Carson looking to go and get there first. He's under pressure there, but Reggie Young manages to scamper away with it for Farnborough, moving down the right side. Across comes Falkeld. He beats Falkeld, but on the wall of Jay Fulston. Now Falkeld can pick up possession. Finds Cook, who is still onside. Ball back into Farnborough possession, and there's a challenge in there by Oscar Falkeld, and it will be a free kick for Farnborough.
First real chance for United then. Good move down the right hand side. Hayfield to Tonks with the help of a dummy from Musa. Good cross, better than the one Musa had delivered a couple of moments earlier, which was weak after from a similar position. United had people in there. Was it Cook or Ash nearly got on the end of it?
I think it was Cook.
Yeah.
Nearly got onto it, and it went between the two of them.
Yeah, and flashed across the face of goal. But United's best moment so far.
Turner with a free kick for Farnborough. Sends this one long. And it's gone so long, it'll be a goal kick for Torquay. Lovely August afternoon here in North Hampshire.
Nearby Fleet Services, very busy with hundreds of Gulls fans.
Ball flicked on by Clark, cleared away by Casey, header one by Dreyer. Clark can look to bring it down. Hayfield takes it away from his man, but he's giving it straight there into Ricky Holmes, who can look to feed for Richard Chin. James Heyman comes off his line and launches that one forward. Cook tries to flick it on, but Brad Ash, there was clear daylight between the...
Well done, Hammond. Really alert off his line. A slightly unfortunate break for United. Hayfield made a perfectly good challenge, but the ball bounced off him and it left Chin clear. But Hammond was very, very quickly off his line and snuffed out that danger. Well done.
Turner sends the ball long down the right-hand side. It's kept in by Ricky Holmes, but he can only take it out for a goal kick. As James Hammond's just having to tie his laces again.
Although Chin is number 7 and is basically a right winger, he and the lad who's been playing started on the left-hand side. He's switching wings at every opportunity, and it's causing United defence plenty to think about, to be perfectly honest with you. He is extra quick. I'm surprised really that he's playing at this level. I would have thought he could have held down at least a National League spot, but...
Pendlebury, flicked on by Holmes. Dreyer gets there in front of Bloomfield. It's picked up by Carson, who's clattered into there by Mason Bloomfield. He's managed to play it back to his goalkeeper. Hammond can look to switch it out towards Tonks. So over both him and Casey. It will be a throw for Farnborough. Long it goes from Robinson. Flicked on by Holmes, out towards Richard Chin. That's too far for the former Cheltenham youngster. He had loans at Dartford and Bath last season. Scored when Dartford beat Torquay as well last year. It was Truro.
That was a bad day up there, wasn't it? 3-0, was it, Harry? You were probably there that afternoon. A lot of very unhappy United fans there.
That's just down the
road. Bit of a white flag job, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's just down the road in Kent. There is a goal. Maidstone 0, Truro City 1. Casey turns it away for a throw for United in the attacking third. Averley 1, Tunbridge 0. The latest scores in the National League SAP. Still goalless here between Farnborough and Torquay. Still Argyle 0, Hull 0, and Exeter. They were leading 1-0 over Northampton when we last looked, and they still are. Here's Omar Musa, who can confidently take on 2 of his men. Still move down the right hand side, trying to work out where Taylor Clark is. He's got Tonks with him as well. Cuts on towards his left foot, gets the cross in, but straight into the hands of Turner, who just about keeps that out of his goal mouth. And that's better cross from Omar Musa.
Yeah, he was 2 defenders closing him down there, and there wasn't much room for him to get Tonks in round the back. He eventually checked back on his left foot, and goalkeeper Jack Turner had to be quite alert to take that one underneath his bar.
Ball launched forward by Tonks. Header 1 by Hollis. Frelkeld. Not brought down by Ricky Holmes, who can slice it back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw, who was actually relegated from the Southern Premier with Beaconsfield last season. Ball forward by Turner. Brought down by Dyer. Picked up though again by Farnborough. Pendlebury. Back to Ollie Robinson, who looks up to send the ball through the channel to Mason Bloomfield. Under pressure from Dreyer, who gets in front of his man, who shields the ball out. And that will be a goal kick for United. Back three have done well to try and null the channels when Farnborough have played the ball through them.
Yeah, they're trying to get down the side, aren't they? They know United are playing 3-5-2, and they're trying to get down the side of Fulson on the left and Dyer on the right. I think United have coped with it reasonably well so far. It's just that Carson and Tonks, the 2 wing-backs, haven't been able to cause a huge amount of damage going the other way, but still early days.
Ball launched forward by Casey. Slices that one away for a throw. Does the former Woking left-back.
Cool, remember him from a few feisty battles with the Cards over the years. He was never backwards and coming forwards, was he? Gulls fans will long remember that.
It was him and Kinsella,
great afternoon at at Woking when Ben Winter's late goal secured the 3-3 draw that effectively decided the National League South Championship in 1919.
Ball goes back to Turner. I don't think a draw's been celebrated so much. It was a fantastic afternoon. Not too far down the road from here, and ball sent over the top, but Heyman manages to gather that one. And we do send our support to Woking fans. Obviously, we know all too well issues with club ownership, the scariness of keeping a club going, keep funded, and the issues currently happening at Woking. As it looks like it's Ricky Holmes now holding his head.
Yes, he was banging the crowd a little bit, banging the ground a little bit there when he went down, as if it's a proper issue. All the players quickly coming over to take on extra fluids, which is hardly surprising on another warm afternoon in August.
Hornchurch nil, Eastbourne Borough 1.
Another of the promoted sides. Hornchurch came up with Enfield from the Isthmian League last season.
Tresham and Salisbury from the 7 Prem. Just having this drinks break whilst Ricky Holmes.
You always have to bear in mind, don't you, that at these levels, the first 20 minutes, half an hour are very often a scrap. It's a fight, basically, and you have to. Ricky Holmes, the player coach of Farnborough, is still down, by the way. You have to mentally get your head around that. Whilst you all want to get the ball down and start pinging it around and etc. Sometimes it's just not on to do in the first 20 minutes. Everybody's tight to you. They're being closed down, and it's far better to play a little bit safety first. Not worry about it too much. You don't earn any brownie points in the first 20 minutes of matches, do you? And then when the game starts to open up a little bit, then you get a chance to get your foot on the ball and perhaps do a bit more. But the last thing you want to do is go and lose the match in the first 20 minutes because you're trying to do stuff that's not on.
There has been a change, and that's in boots for Omar Musa.
Some bright red ones now.
Obviously the old boots weren't good enough for crossing the ball in.
Interesting that he was the first player to come off last Saturday. Paul Watton had obviously told him with his sort of limited fitness, he's fit okay, but he's not 110% yet.
On from Hammond. Cook flicks it on looking for Tonks, who'll be shielded up by Robinson, but he hasn't calculated there for Brad Ash, who's arrived on the scene. It goes off off Robinson last, and it will be a corner for United, which Omar Musa
United's first?
Second
corner, and Musa will take from the right hand side.
An in swinger from United's number 10. Ash, Dyer in that 6-yard box, and it comes from Musa. Looks like the flush touch maybe off Sam Dre, who's cleared it back out towards Omar Musa. Looks to go and take on his man. Gets the cross in, slight deflection off the Farnborough man. Is it not? No, I thought there wasn't.
That's a poor cross, isn't it, Harry? He's one-on-one. His own corner was beaten out. Back to him. He's one-on-one. I'm not saying he necessarily has to have the pace to go past him, but you've got to get more out of it than that, haven't you? Than basically a little chip which floats over the bar and never threatens the Farnborough goal. He's better than that. Yes, Musa was the first player that Paul Watton took off last Saturday, acknowledging that, right, get out there, give me everything you've got for an hour, and then we'll make the decision, and he did. And young Lirat Hassani came on. I think most of us thought did a pretty good job.
Hayfield, under pressure from Pendlebury, who's won the ball off him. Bloomfield. Now finds Clark, shapes up to shoot from distance. It's poked on there by Ricky Holmes, who tried to deflect it. But unfortunately for him, he couldn't get enough power on it. And into the hands of James Hammond. And do you think it is with Musa that most of these players have had a pre-season, weren't on trial at Torquay? Well, Matt Wonnacott was on trial at Torquay, but Musa came in quite late.
Absolutely.
Ball off Cook last out for a throw.
Yes, Cody Cook and Robinson are having a right old tussle, aren't they, at the back there? Cody Cook not getting a huge amount out of his his marker at the moment, but it's important that he keeps persevering and doesn't accept defeat there. You've got to keep going. It's a hard old job battling up front in lower league football, but you've got to have the heart for it.
Free kick for United, a foul on Oscar Farnborough from the long throw. Chelmsford 0, Hampton and Richmond Borough 1 at the Melbourne Stadium. The latest score in the National League South. We're 27 minutes, I should say, into this one on BBC Radio Devon. Myself, Harry Salvage, and the Torquay Weekly's Dave Thomas, goalless in this one so far. No keeper yet to really be tested, safe to say. Long from James Hammond, this free kick. Cook tries to bring it down. He goes down in the penalty area. Referee not interested at all, and it's launched away by Bradshaw. Chin will look to try and bring it down. It's gone off him, and Finn Tonks will leave that one for a throw for United.
That was a good example. Cook couldn't win that ball, but he made such a nuisance of himself against Hollis that Hollis ended up with a poor clearance, and that's part of it. You have to be satisfied with that sometimes.
Farnborough putting the pressure on Torquay as they couldn't get the ball out of their feet quick enough. It's out towards Casey, under the pressure from Ash. Chin cutting in towards the middle. Clark. Ooh, he sliced that one back. Turner's going to have to clear this away, and he volleys it down the right flank. Now we'll go out for a throw for United. About a third of the way in.
Just what we were talking about before. Several of the sort of biggest moments in the match so far have not actually been caused by real quality or passing or invention. They've just come from mistakes, half breaks, which have been forced by just what we were talking about. That effort, closing people down, forcing defenders to make a challenge which they don't want to do.
Musa trying to get away, but he's been dispossessed. Now Clark on the edge of the area, trying to get his foot away, straight into James Heyman, who manages to parry that away. United can clear their lines.
Big mistake by Musa on the ball there, too casual. Clark robbed him on a very good save from James Hammond, the first of the match.
Last season he'd have been bumped off that.
Bournemouth 2-0 up against Cheshire United in Buckinghamshire. Long throw now to Holmes. Swoops it across with his left foot, but straight into the hands of James Hammond, who's commanding his penalty area well.
There you go. Clark put Musa under pressure. Got the result.
Frelkeld out towards Fulston, who can surge forward under pressure from Reggie Young. Back to Frelkeld. Hammond surging it over the top. I think Branash potentially was offside there. The ball runs all the way back to Turner. I have to apologise, that's still 1-0 Bournemouth over Cheshire. Ricky Holmes tries to keep it in. He keeps it in play, but takes that for a throw-on for United. Cornered in with this throw, but been launched forward. Picked up though by Farnborough. In comes a challenge there from Carson. Referee not interested as it's sent long, and Palmer chased down by Ash. Robinson, should I say. Tries to play it down the left flank. Carson gets a hold of it, plays it in towards the feet of Hayfield, scrapping away. In came the Farnborough man, still scrapping away. Has it got off Brad Ash last? Yes, it has, according to the officials. And there will be a throw-on for Farnborough.
Well, these are two physically quite strong sides, and they're both getting stuck in. They're cancelling each other out a little bit in terms of football. In other words, I'm trying to say is it's not a classic by any stretch of the imagination, but that may also underline how important both sides view this game. I think Farnborough have definite promotion ambitions. Torquay certainly hope to be up there, and no quarter is being asked or given at the moment. Just the way it should be.
Long throw forward by Robinson. Out from the Torquay man, out for an overthrow. This potentially is now where Farnborough will go and launch one into the penalty area. It's going to be Ollie Robinson this time.
Yeah.
So they've got two centre halves who can launch one in. Everybody, apart from Cook and Ash, back for this one. Long it goes from Robinson. Hammond commands well, catches the ball and will look to start the counter-attack. He throws it out towards the right side, looking for Omar Musa. Casey had it covered, and he can knock it forward. Brought down by Reggie Young, but it goes out for a throw for United.
Yeah, that little throw will have tested Musa's fitness, wouldn't it? Try and get on the end of that.
Ball flicked on by Cook, brought down by Robinson. Clark out towards Casey.
Farman clearance.
Here's Young taking on Musa. Musa chomping at the bit there. Reggie Young still going with it, and it will go for a throw for Torquay.
Clear throw to the goals.
Omar Musa trying to battle off Casey. Knocks back to Frelkeld under the pressure from Chin, and clattered into there by Pendlebury. It will be a free kick for United just on the halfway line.
Frelkeld hinting that he thought Pendlebury had given him a little stamp there, but Pendlebury immediately held his hand up, and I think Frelkeld accepted that if there had been one, it was accidental, as they both picked themselves up from that free kick. And now Jay Fulston will take this free kick just inside United's half. See what he can do with this. It's going long.
Just to the edge of the penalty area, flicked on by Robinson initially, cleared away by Bloomfield. Chased down by Frelkeld, who launch it back in towards the middle. Holmes clears away, now finds Pendlebury as he can knock it back into feet of Bradshaw. Plays down the right to Chin, takes away from Carson in the middle to Pendlebury. Musa comes in with a challenge, wins the ball back for United as Frelkeld can find his keeper, James Heyman. Or Hammond. I will get pronunciation of him right at one point. Long it goes. Cook nearly thrown away by the Farnborough man. The referee saying there was too much holding there from Guy Hollis, which the Yellow Army fans in front of us are applauding him for that one.
Well, that was again a result of Cook's persistence. He was the man trying to turn his defender and chase that long ball. There may well have been a bit of 6 of one and half of the other, but in the end Hollis was penalised, and rightly so, because he's stopping Cook heading on after that United pass. And now United have a free kick in a dangerous part of the pitch. Musa will take, it's 30 yards from goal, to the left of centre. What will Musa try with this one?
You can see why
Hayfield has scored one very good goal at Tiverton pre-season and went close with another one against Enfield last Saturday, but he's left this one to Musa from similar position.
Got the stanchion of the stand and the way of Omar Musa for this one, but it will be the United number 10 to send this one. It's just left to centre. Both arms raised by the United number 10. The referee's happy to go. Omar Musa scoops in towards the back stick. Dyer looks to battle for it. It's cleared away. Nearly falls into the feet of Dre. The referee not interested, as I think that was Cook who went down under the pressure. And now Farnborough can look to go off with the advantage here as Bradshaw can keep it in, which he can do, but the referee does eventually give the free kick as Omar Musa wins the ball. Quite a long advantage given there. There was a challenge, I think it was onto Casey, who went down.
Yeah, United appealing for a penalty there, where Cook appeared to be wrestled over in the box on that Musa free kick, but referee Wager wasn't having any of it. Sort of thing that goes on an awful lot in penalty areas and then on set pieces. No pen.
Bath City 1-0 up against Welling. The full commentary on that one on Tuesday night. Alan Richardson joins Dave Thomas at Twerton Park for that one. Turner sends the ball long from the free kick. Holmes and Dyer were battling for it, and Dyer can launch it away, looking for his former Bath teammate Cuckoo. Brings it down. Robinson under pressure from Brad Asher manages to turn it away from the United number 11. Ball out towards Richard Chin under the pressure from Carson. Can set it back to Bradshaw. Looks up, does the Farnborough 22. Finds Bloomfield, turns away, challenge from Hayfield and Frelkeld. Nearly gets the ball away, but it's won back there by Mason Bloomfield. Now with Ricky Holmes, who makes his way over the halfway line for Farnborough. He's got Casey and Reggie Young in support and plays it out towards the latter. Goes to take on Tonks, drives through, down he goes. Referee says penalty. The The wiseness of Ricky Holmes tricks the youngster of Tonks. And Farnborough had themselves an opportunity to open the scoring.
As soon as he got round the back of Tonks, then the young United defender, only 19, on loan from Bournemouth, was struggling. If he got any sort of challenge in, there was a huge risk factor to it, and he got it wrong. Down goes Young. Referee Wager had a pretty good view of it, immediately pointed to the spot, and not a huge amount of surprise when he did. Now, what can James Hammond do against Mr. 37-year-old Ricky Holmes?
Well, Holmes hopes to make it 3 goals in the opening 2 games of the season. James Hammond making himself looking big. The yellow eye behind the goal waving their arms. It's Ricky Holmes for Farnborough, steps up and sends it past James Hammond. 37 minutes gone at Cherrywood Road. Farnborough take the lead, and Holmes makes it 3 goals from 2.
Yeah, Holmes, Hammond, he guessed correctly there, dived to his right-hand side, but Holmes crucially managed to get the ball into the top half of the goal. Always a good idea on penalties. And Hammond's a pretty big lad, but not even he could get anything on that. And Farnborough take a 1-0 lead. No penalty. Cook at one end of the pitch. 2 minutes later, a penalty at the other. And it's given Farnborough a 1-0 lead in the 37th minute. 38th minute, I beg your pardon.
Farnborough took the lead against Chippenham. 1-2-1 last week. Torquay United went down 1-0 and 1-2-1 last week. Still 50 minutes of this one to go. United will get the ball rolling again. Fulston finds Dreyer over at the top, but that will go all the way to the hands of Jack Turner. At the same time as that one, Enfield Town 1, Western Supermare 0 in North London.
That will cheer them up at Enfield, won't it? Their first home game at this level. I bet there's a good crowd in, despite their defeat at Plainmoor last Saturday. Historic day for Enfield Town.
Both sides from the Southern Premier reaching the National League South in their club's histories. Chin wins the ball on the edge of the area. Bloomfield back out towards Chin. Tries to knock it back in towards Pendlebury. Chin again, but the flag's up for offside against the Farnborough number 7. We're trying to work something out of nothing there with Farnborough, after winning the ball quite deep in the United half.
Yeah, but United were their own worst enemies there. They're trying to play their way out at the back, and it's not always on, especially in and around your own penalty area. And they played themselves into trouble there. They got away with it with a free kick, but a real moment of danger for the Gulls then, of their own making.
The goal kick from Hammond, won by Farnborough, headed back to Hammond. Forward it goes from the United number 1. Cook brings it down, tries to poke it out towards the right, but the referee saying there's a foul that time by Hollis onto Cook, and it's a deeper free kick for United. The referee may just have a word here with Guy Hollis, because he's not the first time he's been caught by the referee.
I think this is his either second or third. I think the referee's saying, right, one more, mate, sorry, you'll be in, which puts him under a little bit of extra pressure.
You can see why Bath City were quite upset to lose Cook.
Well, he's a very serviceable target man centre forward at these levels, isn't he? And as we all know, in lower division football, the ball tends to go long just as often, if not more, as it goes short. So you've got to have a big man up front. United fans obviously remember fondly the days of Tim Sills in the National League, or the Conference as it was then, and then Danny Wright, of course, and what good value they both were.
Tim Sills will ball now in the Southern Premier. It's going to be Omar Musa, further out than last time. What's he going to do with this one? He's going to go and try and hit this one, and let's do it this way. If it was rugby, it would be a conversion.
Well, all I can say about that is I hope he's done better with them in training, because that was one of the worst goal attempts from a free kick for 26, 27 yards out. and he's practically, if the big away end here at Cherrywood Road didn't have such a big roof on it, it would have
yes.
head towards Aldershot.
Here's a goal kick from Turner. Not too far off the half-time whistle. Farnborough leading via the Ricky Holmes penalty. Pendlebury knocks it over the top, and Holmes looks to get onto the end of this one. Breaks in towards the penalty area, tries to get a shot on with his left foot, but volleys over the bar and out for a goal kick. Salisbury 1, Slough 0. Newly promoted sides. It was a penalty from Hedges, which gives Salisbury the lead in that one. Carson back there by Holmes, who looks it forward towards Bloomfield. Dyer clatters into Mason Bloomfield, and some of the Farnborough fans may feel aggrieved that Bloomfield has taken a bit of the knock from that one, but he's back up on his feet. It's long by Hammett. Little push there from Robinson. Dyer put down there by Robinson, and it's up for a throw for United. The persistence from Cook has been strong to keep on going. Going to be Tonks to take the throw. It's going to go short to Frelkel, back to Tonks. Omar Musa turns away from Clark. Now finds Ash on the edge of the area. Curls the shot, but over the bar by Brad Asher. Maybe a little bit more composure on that one would have done the world of good.
I know it was just outside the box. We're talking like 22 yards out, but that was a good piece of play by Musa. Turned his man, found Ash in a bit of space. Time for a touch and a turn. Should have got that one on target, I think.
See what they're trying to do. Cook winning the headers, winning the balls, and Brad Ash scampering around, picking up the pieces and trying to work something from it. Goal kick from Turner. Header won by Hayfield. This time Ash can go and bring it down looking for Cook, but it's cleared away by Ollie Robinson over the top. Header won by Dreyer. Pendlebury brings it down. Holmes knocks it out towards the left hand side with Casey. Tries to play it through, block by Tonks. Back to Pendlebury. Twisting turn away in those tight spaces, and Hayfield wins the ball. Frelkel looking there for Brad Ash, but it's picked up by Clark, who can spread out towards the left hand side, but too much on that one. And out for a goal kick for United. Dorking 1, Chippenham 0. Dorking.
I think they should be another ones. They're one of the promotion favourites this season. Dorking, aren't they? Just relegated from the National League. Still managed to retain most of that squad. The sort of chairman, manager Mark White, very keen to take them back up again at the first attempt.
Ball flicked on by Ash from the goal kick straight to Turner. But we do know quite too well, Dave, that at times maybe not keeping the full squad from last season after getting relegated is the best idea.
No, but I think that they got some decent players there, haven't they?
Yep.
And that's when you look through their squad, it's pretty strong.
Indicated there'll be a minimum
3 minutes added on to the end of this first half. Cherrywood Road. Holmes couldn't play it into his chin, but it goes out for a throw for United. Paul Watton will be wanting to get his side back in quite quickly. You wouldn't say it's been a bad performance from Torquay.
No, it's I think the key people, Musa hasn't really been able to get on the ball and create too much. I think United have looked a little bit, they haven't got a lot of pace in midfield, have they? Threlkeld, Hayfield and Musa are all sort of fairly one-pace players. They're solid, which makes it even more important that Carson and Tonks, the two wing-backs, managed to have a big influence on the game, and neither has really, after a bright start, neither has really been able to come up with very much ammo for Cook and Ash in the middle.
Ball flicked on, and Reggie Young manages to get away from his marker, but it's cleared by Hammond. Last touch of Mason Bloomfield. Tunbridge equalising against Averley, 1-1 in Essex on that one. Throw on back in towards Fulston. Hammond slices it away. Header won by Holmes. Frelkamp over ahead of Cook. Bradshaw knocks back looking for Hollison. Bradshaw cutting off the surface for Cook. Ball over the top. Fulston wins the initial header. Launched forward by Carson. Frelkamp battling with Holmes. Ball knocked forward by Sam Dreyer. Brad Ash will look to try and chase onto this one, but that's got too much pace on it. They will go back in towards Jack Turner. Wants to Slough Town. For many years was with Neil Baker, who's one of the assistant managers at Farnborough now. He was a long time coach, or manager, joint manager should I say, at Arbour Park. It was one of the many grounds Torquay United will be travelling to this season. Again, not too far from here, it's Slough. All over the top. Fulston under the pressure from Chin turns it away. Bradshaw. Holmes tries to turn it over. Carson. It's hit away by Dyer. Now with Casey. Scoops it over looking for Holmes, who can knock it in towards the path, looking for Bluefield. Hammond rushes off his line, claims that one.
I think that may be it for the first half.
10 more seconds according to Ian's watch next to me. Hammond launches it forward and the referee blows the half-time whistle, and it is Ricky Holmes' penalty after he was brought down by Finn Tonks in the area, which gives Farnborough a lead. It's been a duel between these two sides, and again it's just a mistake at the minute which is giving Farnborough the lead. Dave, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, very little to choose between the two teams, to be perfectly honest with you. Not surprised that if there is a lead, it's come through a penalty rather than any other. James Hammond has been the busier of the two keepers, so you'd probably have to say at a push that Farnborough just about deserved their lead. I think Paul Watton will be perfectly happy with the effort out there. I think Cook has really tried hard up front to put the home defence under pressure, and odd moments, but I think the main concern will be that United haven't been able to create an awful lot from open play. They've looked dangerous on one or two set pieces, but they badly need Tonks and Carson to get more into the game in terms of going forward. They haven't been able to up to now. I think that's, you have to give Farnborough a little bit of credit for that. Look, there are options on the bench. He used them, Paul Watton, very positively last Saturday, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't see something a little bit more in the first 10 to 15 minutes if he does it again.
Well, interesting, I've seen Neil Warnock's gone down the tunnel.
He did last week as well. He's done it at several games. Not to manage over the top of Watton, absolutely not, but just to, little encouragements to individuals. That's who he's talking to, individual players rather than the group.
Well, it is Ricky Holmes with the penalty. He scored twice last weekend. He's off the mark today after he managed to turn around the young Feng Tonks. Tonks biting at the cherry and catching his man. He stepped up, and James Hammond, despite going the right way, was beaten. United have had a few chances, but yet to really tested Turner in the Farnborough goal. At the break at Cherrywood Road in the National League South tie, it's Farnborough FC 1, Torquay United.
Going back to a time when instead of an app store, we had a video store. Instead of Wi-Fi, we had Hi-Fi. And instead of a mobile phone, we had ET, phoning home.
The Golden Hour.
If you've got the time, we've got the memories.
Weekdays at 1.
BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With James Vickery.
OK, then we're at half-time in our commentary games here on BBC Radio Devon Sport today. Let's begin our roundup at Home Park. Plymouth Argyle against Hull City. Here's Alan Seabrook.
Yeah, Argyle 0, Hull City 0. No goals and not a blistering pace to the game, but Argyle certainly have been better than they were last Sunday. They started really brightly, they pressed high and caused one or two problems for the Hull City back line, most notably when Whittaker had a shot that went straight into the keeper's arms, and then when the press left the ball at the feet of Joe Edwards, who made his way across the edge of the penalty area to fire the ball goalwards, but that one went just wide of the target. Really Hull's best moment, that came from Malum just in injury time at the end of the first half. Argyle's high press and high energy early on, that seems to have fizzled out just a little bit. They need to get their breath back maybe at half time, get their legs back, and hopefully start the second half as they did the first. Couple of players to catch the eye. Sissoko on the left hand side, really tricky, really bright. I don't think we saw enough of him last week at Sheffield Wednesday. That could have just been the circumstances and the other players around him in the team, but Adam Forshaw has just been amazing this first half. He's dictated the play, he's picked it up in front of the back four, he's made the passes, he's broken from the centre to the right hand side, played the ball down the line. He has made Argyle tick at times, but at the moment to no avail on the score sheet. It's Argyle 0, Hull 0.
Thanks very much, Alan Seabrook at Home Park. Let's go across country now. Let's go to Northamptonshire, Northampton Town, Exeter City with their away travels today to the Sixfields Stadium. How are they getting on, Ian Randall?
They're doing enough, I would say, at the moment. They lead at half-time by 1-0. The goal arrived early, only 8 minutes gone, when Reece Cole's corner from the City left was just left alone by the Northampton defence, and Tristan Crammer on the bounce sort of stooped forward, leaned forward almost to head it past Lee Birch from about 4 yards out. City were brighter for the first quarter of an hour, but what followed has been a fairly disjointed kind of game. Northampton, their selection has been one which has meant that their formation is unfamiliar, and they've looked a little bit like that. City have mopped up most of what's been dangerous. Neither keeper has made a serious save in the first half, and apart from his goal, Crammer has stood out at the back. He's won virtually every single header that Northampton have slung in terms of crosses, right or left. Half-time, Northampton 0, Exeter 1.
Thank you very much, Ian Randall, then at the Sixfields Stadium for Northampton against Exeter City. The Grecians ahead at the break. To National League South, Torquay on their travels as well today. They're in Hampshire away against Farnborough. Here's Harry Salvage.
Half-time and Farnborough leading this one by 1-0. Two sides who are predicted to finish quite highly in the National League South table competed in a game with high velocity and high pressure in it as well. And it's safe to say Farnborough do take the lead via a penalty, and it was a penalty when the vastly experienced Ricky Holmes managed to get around the young Finn Tonks, who brought down the 37-year-old in the penalty area. He brushed himself down and put the ball past James Hammond, despite the keeper going the right way, as he makes it 3 goals in the opening 2 games of this National League South season. United have had half chances, to say the least. Omar Musa with a free kick, which, if it was a conversion in rugby, would have definitely gone through the posts, and there was a chance as well from Brad Ash, who curled it wide from the edge of the area. There's still 45 minutes to go in this one. You feel there is another goal brewing in this one somewhere. At the break here at the Cherrywood Road Stadium, it is Farnborough 1, Torquay United 0.
Harry, thank you. That's what's happening then in all of our local commentary games. We'll be off to Exmouth next for the FA Cup tie between Exmouth and Brixham, and also checking in with Peter Smith in Torquay for Paignton against Sidmouth in the cricket. Let's just run down what's going on in the football, though. In the Premier League, Liverpool have beaten Ipswich in the lunchtime game at Portman Road. In the 3 o'clock matches, we're at half-time at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Wolves 0. Everton 0, Brighton 1. Newcastle United 1, Southampton 0. And Nottingham Forest 1, AFC Bournemouth 0 at the break. In the Championship, these are full-time scores. Derby County 1, Middlesbrough 0, Portsmouth against Luton, and West Bromwich Albion against Leeds United both finished goalless. At half-time, Bristol City 2, Millwall 0, Burnley 2, Cardiff City 0, Norwich 0, Blackburn Rovers 1, Argyle against Hull is goalless, Sheffield United 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Swansea City 1, Preston North End 0, and no goals at Vicarage Road for Watford against Stoke City. In League 1, 2 games already completed today. Charlton Athletic Athletic 1, Leyton Orient 0, Shrewsbury Town 1, Peterborough United 4. Half-time, Blackpool against Stockport County, goalless, as is Cambridge United against Crawley. Huddersfield 1, Stevenage 0, Lincoln City 0, Barnsley 1, Mansfield 2, Burton Albion 1, Exeter City are ahead away against Northampton at the break, Reading 1, Wigan 0, Rotherham 0, Bristol Rovers 0, and Wycombe Wanderers 1, Birmingham City 1 at the interval. 2 matches already played in League 2. Bromley have beaten AFC Wimbledon by 2 goals to 0. It is Carlisle United 1, Barrow 0. That's a full time at Brunton Park. These are half-time scores though now. Accrington 1, Harrogate Town 2, Bradford City against Salford City, and Colchester United against Milton Keynes Dons are both goalless. Crewe 0, Chesterfield 4 at the break. Grimsby 1, Cheltenham Town 0, Morecambe against Gillingham, no goals there. Newport County 0, Doncaster Rovers 1, Port Vale against Tranmere Rovers is goalless, and Walsall leads Swindon by 2 goals to 0 at the break. National League South scores for you at half-time. Averley 1, Tonbridge Angels 1, Bath City 1, Welling United 0, Chelmsford 0, Hampton and Richmond 1, Chesham United 0, Borehamwood 1, Dorking 1, Chippenham 0, Enfield 1, Weston-super-Mare 0, Farnborough 1, Torquay 0, Hornchurch 0, Eastbourne Borough 1, Maidstone United 0, Truro City 1, Salisbury 1, Slough Town 0, St Albans 1, Worthing 1, and Weymouth 0, Hemel Hempstead 1. That's what's been happening around the country. We'll be off to Exmouth in a second. Yeah, it's a Devon derby in the FA Cup preliminary round at Southern Road for BBC Radio Devon Sport. Exmouth against Brixham. It's Andrew Barge.
Half-time here at Southern Road, and it's the hosts who are comfortably ahead by 2 goals to 0 at half-time. The first goal was scored on 11 minutes. Former Exeter City trainee Ollie Knowles got a free kick about 22 yards out, and it was a fine shot that went through the wall but took a deflection on the way, and nothing at all that Brixham goalkeeper Josh Nichol could do about that. So that gave Exmouth the lead after 11 minutes. Then after 20 minutes, probably Brixham's best opportunity nearly came from an own goal from Carl Riddell. A free kick from the right-hand side came in. The ball hit Carl Riddell, ballooned up and hit the crossbar, with the Exmouth goalkeeper Frankie Phillips on loan from Exeter City absolutely stranded. He wouldn't have been able to react to that had it dropped into the back of the net. And then on 38 minutes, Tom Bath, inside the penalty area, a right-hand cross came into him, totally unmarked, a lovely header from about 15 yards or so, looping over the top of the Brixham goalkeeper Josh Nichol to give Exmouth a comfortable lead here at half-time by 2 goals to 0. It's been a feisty game for both sides. We've had a lot of injuries and 1 booking as well for Exmouth, but they are comfortably in the lead here in this preliminary FA Cup round tie. It's Exmouth Town 2, Brixham 0.
Thanks, Andrew. That's what's happening then for Exmouth against Brixham in the FA Cup preliminary round today at Southern Road. Right, my watch tells me it's 4 o'clock on the nose. We'll be back with our second half football commentaries for you in a moment. Let's take a check, though, on the cricket today. We're at Queen's Park for Paignton against Sidmouth with Peter Smith.
Well, we've seen a fantastic innings by Sidmouth. Sam Elston here, the division's top scorer so far this season. He's batted throughout the Sidmouth innings, making 148 not out in Sidmouth's 284 for 4. Jamie Baird made 70 not out. The pair shared 135 run partnership unbroken for the 5th wicket. Bovey Tracy against Bradnich and Kentisbeare, the leaders. Bovey made 242 for 9. Musa Tuala a century there. So Bradnich needs to score 243 for victory. One side's already won. That's Exeter. They've hammered Plimpton by 9 wickets. Plimpton bowled out for 116. Shabazz Javed scored 50, but Sam Reed took 5 for 7 in just 5 overs, and Exeter rushed to that total in less than 12 overs. Finley Hill 77 not out in just 41 balls. That's 282 runs this month for him for once out. Second place Sandford, well, they were second place. They've dropped down to third now as a result of Exeter winning, but Sandford have bowled out Cornwood for 219. Lawrence Walker taking 4 for 19. Cornwood's Ryan Rickard half-time, top scored with 69. And things looking up for Heathcote after a dreadful 24 hours in which obviously their clubhouse has burned down. They've retaliated on the pitch, you might say. They bowled Exmouth out for 111. Jamie Drew took 5 for 40, and Heathcote well on the way to victory there. Harry Southgate currently 45 not out of 28 balls in their total so far of 92 for 3 in the 10th over. James.
Thank you, Peter. Right, BBC Radio Devon, if you're on 95.7 FM and DAB digital radio, it's back to Home Park for Plymouth Argyle against Hull City with David Byrne and Alan Seabrook. OK, and here we've got a little bit of time to go before we go back for our second half commentaries. That's because we were running a little bit late in those first halves for Torquay United and Exeter City. And we'll be back with the Grecians at Northampton and the Gulls at Farnborough next.
What do you love about summer in Devon?
Beautiful, it's a lovely setting and it's great for the children.
Beautiful. Why go abroad? It is, it's good to get out and enjoy the sunshine, bring the kids out for the day.
Really beautiful, yeah, you don't want to be anywhere else really. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful, the weather's great, the place is excellent. It's a beautiful place to be today.
Brighter days are back.
Having it on your doorstep is just, perfect.
The sound of Devon.
You can't beat it. I think it's the best place in the world on a nice sunny day. In fact, it's not bad on a dull day.
This is BBC Radio Devon.
OK, back with our football commentaries in a moment. Just to recap, in the Premier League in the lunchtime game, newly promoted Ipswich Town lost 2-0 at home to Liverpool today. It's Eliminators Day in cricket's 100 competition at the Oval. The London Spirit women are playing the Oval Invincibles for the right to face Welsh Fire in tomorrow's final. A short time ago, the London Spirit 20 without loss and needed 93 runs from 84 balls to win. Right, let's go back to Torquay United. If you're on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website. Torquay at Farnborough, a lot for the girls to turn around in this one. They're 1-0 down at Cherrywood Road. Back to Dave Thomas from the Torquay Weekly, who's with Harry Selvage.
1-0 Farnborough lead. At the break, we get the second half underway. Both teams making changes at half-time. Guy Hollis making way for Farnborough. He's being replaced by CJ Fern. Hollis, who was probably one foul away from a yellow card. Whilst a double change for United, Elsker Frelkeld and Omar Musa coming off on come Roddy Collins and Lirak Hassani for Paul Watton's side. And it will be Farnborough who will get us underway. I'll get Dave's views on those changes very shortly. We're just waiting for the referee to blow his whistle, and he is, and we'll get the game back underway with Farnborough in the all-yellow, shooting from left to right. So United now will line up with Heyman in goal. It'll be Dyer, Dreyer and Fulston in a back three. Roddy Collins is joining in the central midfield alongside Dan Hayfield, as well as Lirak Hassani. They've come on for Omar Musa and Oscar Frelkeld. Finn Tonks and Matty Carson on the wings. Brad Ash and Cody Cook up top for the Gulls. As Dreyer wins it, sorry, not Dreyer, Carson wins a free kick for United. And CJ Fern comes off the bench. First thing he does, kick a lump out of the United man, and United have a good free kick in a positive position here.
It's a booking coming up as well. First booking of the game for Ollie Robinson. So, having replaced one centre-back in Guy Hollis at half-time, Spencer Day has seen his other centre-back get booked in the first minute of the second half. Now, what can Lirak Hassani, who's come on for Oscar Threlkeld,
but CJ Fern has got booked.
do this? Oh, it's Fern, was it? Oh, they do look a little bit alike, don't they? Yeah, sorry, Fern booked, right. Beg his pardon, or beg Robinson's pardon.
Now to do the free kick, and it's going to be Lirak Hassani, who's also just come onto the field. Let's see what he can do with this one. By far raising the air, right-footed. Going to send this one in. Cook looking to go and get the header. It was cleared away by Robinson. It's now picked up by Roddy Collins. Ball knocked out towards this left-hand side with Carson. He looks up, sends the ball in deep. Cleared away by the Farnborough man.
Free header.
Now Pendlebury looks to knock it out towards Chin. Roddy Collins can juggle that one back to his own goalkeeper, James Hammond. Dave, half-time changes for United. Hassani and Collins coming in for Frelkeld and Musa, and probably with the fitness of the two, not really surprised. Ooh, there's a challenge there for Collins. Referee no interest in Hassani. Looks to feed through Ash, but it's fallen behind Ash, and it will be cleared away by Fern. It seems like the ball's behind everybody, just a metre at the minute.
Yeah, look, Watton was very proactive with his substitutions last week against Enfield, and he's done the same thing again. He wants to quicken United's passes up in midfield. Hassani certainly did that.
And here is Hassani, who brings it down, looks to curl away from his man. He plays it back in towards Cook, and this who drives it low, but Turner's equal to it.
Weak shot in the end from Cook. Tried to be too careful. Hassani already into the game, as he was when he came on against Enfield Town. Watton has, well, what were we saying just before half-time? You looked like a bit one-paced in midfield with Musa and Threlkeld. Two solid players, but not a lot of quickness about their play at the moment. And Watton has decided to try and put that right.
All away by Dreher for a throw.
And obviously Hollis was under pressure from referee Harry Wager in the first half, and I think Spencer Day could probably see him getting booked before too long. So he's felt that Cook was getting the better of Hollis in the first half, and he's taken him off and put CJ Fern on.
So it'll be another long throw here for Farnborough. It's going to be Ollie Robinson to launch this one in on this near side for the hosts. Into the mixer it goes. Flicked on. There's a powerful header from his centre-half partner, CJ Fern. And he's been at Farnborough for over 10 years, and he goes out for a goal kick for Torquay United.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, won't they? We're in new territory here. Watton is all the time sort of stressing that United are a work in progress. He's getting to know his players, they're getting to know him and what he expects of them.
Argyle lead at Home Park, the first home game for Wayne Rooney in the league. As Ash, he manages to get his man off the ball, but
that was good defending by CJ Fern.
Fulston and Bradshaw are both gone down.
Because Ash, Fulston went up for that clearance from James Hammond, headed the ball on, he's down, he's taken a knock, and so has number 22, Dan Bradshaw. But the header was a great one, in for Ash, and Ash was just muscled off the ball at the last moment by a defender, or else he was in one-on-one with the keeper.
It's Ibrahim Sissoko getting his first goal for Argyle. And Wayne Rooney's first goal in the Championship as Argyle manager.
He certainly looked a lively performer for Argyle in the pre-season friendly at Plainmoor, left winger.
Yes. No, he looked exciting when I watched Argyle.
Very tricky, very quick. Players stop for a minute, you're not missing anything.
No, don't worry. Yep.
Fulston is being treated by Regan Miles, the United physio at the moment.
Chesham 0, Bournemouth 2. Lee in love with his second of the afternoon. The other scores in the National League South: Aveley 1, Tunbridge 1, Bath 1, Welling 0, Chelmsford 0, Hampton 1, Cheshire 0, Bournemouth 2, Dorking 1, Chippenham 0, Enfield 1, Weston 0, Hornchurch 0, Eastbourne 1, Maidstone 0, Truro 1, Salisbury 1, Slough 0, St Albans 1, Worthing 1, and Weymouth 0, Hemel Hempstead 1 are the latest scores in the National League South, including this one. Farnborough leading by a goal to nil. Ricky Holmes with a penalty after being brought down by Finn Tonks. And I was just looking through half-time break, doing a bit of research. Finn Tonks was 9 months old when Ricky Holmes made a senior football debut. It's mad how football works at times. And the more I cover Torquay United, when you're writing 2000 something for players' ages, the years they were born.
Right, we're just about to get back underway. The two players who were injured went off and are now back on again, and Turner will clear from deep in Farnborough territory.
And straight to James Hammond. Seen that a few times. In Neil Green is the United keeper. Sends this one long. Ash looking to target for it. Brought down by Casey. Bloomfield's clearly offside as he leaves the ball. Knocked out by Carson. Over the top by Falst. Looking to try and get onto this one. Does Cook, who couldn't keep that one in, and out for a throw. It shall be for Farnborough. Hayfield, Cook and Dyer. will be returning to Twerton Park for the first time since leaving Bath City on Tuesday night. And Richardson and Dave Thomas will lead you through that one on BBC Radio Devon Sport for a return to Playmore. The Torquay United take on another pre-season favourites in Dorking Wanderers. And then Bank Holiday Monday, I'll be joined by John Cadigan at the Meadow as United take on the second of the 4 promoted sides. They take on Cheshire United, who currently 2-0 down to Boreham Wood. Ball headed on by Robinson, go all the way back to James Heyman, with a little help there from Jordan Dyer. Dyer can send this one over the top, looking for Brad Ash in that right-hand channel. He's joined by Robinson, is United number 11. Robinson will appeal that it hit the heel of Ash last, but it will be a United throw. United have had the better of the second half. Yet Tess Turner's gloves too fondly. Now with Tonks, taking on his man, looking to get the cross in on the right side. And straight in hands of Turner, appeals that it went out, and the referee and the officials agree with the Yellow Army behind the goal, and United have themselves a corner. Which, with no Omar Musa on the pitch, it will be Lirat Kasani who's going to send this one in. This one of his career in the north of England with the likes of Doncaster Rovers, Gateshead as well on his CV. The outswinger from Hassani, looking there for Dyer, goes over everybody, falls to Hayfield, who knocks it back in towards the middle. It's not, well, unconventionally cleared away by CJ Fern, because he's tried to clear it downfield and he's cleared it out for a corner. The Yellow Army starting to bounce.
Because there's no segregation here, United fans have finally been allowed to walk around the ground and join in greater numbers behind that goal. They've previously been spread through all 4 stands.
In comes the corner from Lirat Kasani. Header on the back stick by Cook. It goes wide now for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think Jordan Dyer coming in at the far post actually got the final header on it. Went just over Cook. You fancy Jordan Dyer, big strong central defender, to maybe get a goal or 2 via that route this season. But a near miss, but not near enough.
First time I've actually watched Torquay in the Brinkle-Sutton area. I didn't realise how big the back 3 actually are. Here's Chin. Bloomfield brings it down. He's got Chin on the overlap. Chin takes it away from his teammates. He's looking for the pass. If he can find it, he's found Holmes. To take on his man, feeds it through. Dreyer gets there first. Does it go off the hand of Ricky Holmes? It clearly has, and it will be a free kick for United in their penalty area. Ben Seymour, Jayden Crosby and Ed Palmer, the remaining substitutes with the new ruling from the National League. Teams in the National League itself are allowed 7 players on the bench. They can bring on up to 5 players in 3 substitution windows. Half-time doesn't count as a substitution window, so there's still 3 substitution windows left for both sides. And this one has Spiney being allowed to name 5 players on the bench. Can field 5 if needs be. I know, Dave, you've got your opinion that it should be more, but maybe chill on the other foot. A lot of these clubs are semi-professional. Times 16 maybe all they can name on the bench. Farnborough last week only able 15 on the bench, 15 in the squad. That's what Farnborough had to do last week, 1 man short when they made their trip to Harden Hewish. Ben Seymour is being prepared by Paul Watton. Strong spell at Hampton and Richmond Borough after leaving, I think it was Parkway.
Were you at the Hampton game last year, the away game at Hampton Richmond?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, Ben Seymour gave United's defence a torrid afternoon. That afternoon scored, and his pace was a real issue.
From United now with Reggie Young.
You forget what a big learning curve this is for Finn Tonks at 19, on loan from Bournemouth. This is his first taste of football at this level.
It's Pendlebury. Back to Casey. Taylor Clark. It's back to Ricky Holmes, who's dispossessed there. But he's managed to recover possession. It's going to be Matt Carson who's going to come off for United in the next break. Available as Chin. Does it go off Fulston last? No, it didn't. According to the referee, he said that the linesman on the near side saying it was Richard Chin who got the ball last time. Probably beg to differ with the linesman there. I think it did go off Fulston. The referee has his opinion, which matters, not mine. And United will make the change, and here's Matt Carson coming off. It's going to be Ben Seymour coming on. So we're going to see a little bit change in formation here from United, where they might go in towards a back four. Tox at right back, Fulston at left back, Dreyer and Dyer, the two centre halves.
Matt Carson is number 9, Ben Seymour.
Line goes from James Hammond. Bradshaw or Seymour last? Seymour, it does, says the referee.
Sort of 4-3-3, isn't it now?
Yep.
Obviously Seymour being a striker for a left wing back. Fulston will go to left back. You've still got Jordan and Dyer in the middle, and Tonks will play orthodox right back, and then United have got 3 in midfield, and then you've got Ash, Cook and Seymour up front. So
be useful if I not mute myself.
A declaration of intent, if nothing else.
Paul Watson has just been spoken to by the referee.
Mr. Wager is doing his best to keep Paul Watson from getting himself into.
On. Reggie Young's in towards the penalty area. He's going to have to cut back though for Farnborough to try and create some space. He nearly evaded Finn Tonks, who manages to knock the ball away, but it's out towards Ollie Pendlebury. Gets across the block there off Hayfield, and it is a corner for Farnborough. Hull have got themselves an equaliser at home park. One of our feature games this afternoon on BBC Radio Devon. It remains 1-0 to Farnborough here. It's going to be Ollie Pendlebury to send this one in. Louis Coyle with the goal for the Tigers. Pendlebury, one arm raised in the air as he's going to send in this out-swinging corner for the hosts. It's in deep as Ricky Holmes with the open header. Another back stick, but it goes wide now for a goal kick.
That was a real chance, wasn't it? Farnborough had managed to drag everybody across by overloading on the near post. Pendlebury's corner was good enough to pick out Holmes at the far post, completely unmarked. Looked as if he was bound to get it on target and missed.
Cook fouls, says the referee. That'll be a free kick for Farnborough. Turner take this free kick. No goals to update you on so far in the National League South since we last updated. Long it goes from Turner. Looking for Holmes, header won by Fulston. Pendlebury. Back to Bradshaw. Chin. Looks to feed it through now with Bradshaw on the right hand side. Curls the cross in. It's turned away by Sam Dreyer for another corner for Farnborough. Again,
the home side definitely on top at the moment. Clearly trying to win this game here in the third quarter of the match, if you know what I mean, the second quarter of the first half. United up against it.
It's going to be another Pendlebury corner. Referee, he's not happy in the middle there. CJ Ferns, I think no, he's just tying his boots. Richard Chin's coming as a short option. Pendlebury telling him to go away. He wants him in the penalty area. Will they do the same again? Holmes is free, lurking on the edge of the area. And it comes again from Pendlebury. Cleared away the near post, brought down by Hassani. Flicks it over Ricky Holmes into no man's land. Knocked out towards the left-hand side and played back towards Casey. He's got the pressure from Ash. And it's now with Turner. Forward it goes, not convincingly. It's flicked on by Roddy Collins. Let's chase it onto it. Does Reggie Young. It's played back in towards Collins. Forward it goes for United. Holmes on the halfway line. Kept in by Young. Now with Hassani, pokes it back to Collins. Over the top by Tonks.
Farnborough not allowing United any time on the ball at all here. They're working very hard, trying to, having got United down, if you know what I mean, they're very keen not to let them back up again.
Here's Sam Dreyer, heavy touch and nearly going for it. There was Richard Chin. Fulston. Back to Dreyer. Now with James Hammond.
Forcing United sideways and backwards, the hosts at the moment.
Collins. Out towards Tonks on the halfway line. Torquay United, Collins. Hassani. Looks up, looking to try and play in towards Cook, who gets a header onto it! And a scrambling Turner pushes it away for a United corner.
Best moment of the first half by United by a long way. United patient in their build-up. Finally worked a bit of room for Hassani on the right-hand side. Beautiful diagonal chipped cross. And Cook beat his man. Powerful header just inside the near post. Turner, great save. Corner.
It's going to be Lerak Hassani to send this one in. In towards the middle, crowding round. It's headed up there by Robinson, the referee saying there was a foul there. I think it was Jordan Dyer who got a foul on Robinson. That'll be the free kick for Farnborough. .64 minutes gone on the clock. Ricky Holmes' penalty, which gives Farnborough the lead. Brought down by young Finn Tonks. And here's that moment which splits the two sides. It's felt like a game where a mistake was going to give someone the advantage. Still 25 minutes on the clock for Paul Watton. Torquay United to get themselves a goal. Brought down by Richard Chin on the edge of the area. He's brilliantly run through another player. Richard Chin with a drive and a great save by James Harmon, who tips it over the bar. And here's a corner for Farnborough.
What a good save that is. What a good save. Chin jinking his way into the United box just inside the 18-yard line. Left foot shot. And somehow Hammond has got down to his left-hand side really smartly and kept the ball out. I thought even if he got anything on it, he might be beaten, but that was a wonderful, wonderful save. He's pulled off one in the first half from Clark and that one from Chin, and it's kept United in the match.
Going to be another corner from this side from Ollie Pendlebury. In towards the near stick, cleared away by Hayfield, only as far as Richard Chin on the edge of the area, who looked to switch it out towards the right-hand side for Pendlebury, but that's a poor ball. And out for a goal kick for Torquay United.
Isn't it funny how play can switch so dramatically from one end to the other? A few moments ago, Jack Turner, great save to his left from Cody Cook. United nearly equalising, and seconds later they're nearly out of the game, but for that wonderful save by Hammond.
Collins
from
spreads
Richard Chin. Sorry, carry on, Harry.
Spreads the ball out towards Tonks. Dyer. Switches play out towards the left side, looking for Fulston. Clicks on Chin, but Chin manages to turn it away for a throw for United. Exeter City still 1-0 up away at Northampton, whilst Argyle drawing 1-1 with Fulham, and Worthing, as a ball crossed in deep, turned away. A fast stick by Casey, brought down by Collins. Now with Ricky Holmes, who will look to break forward now for Farnborough. Still running. Gets away from Hayfield, who Hayfield clips the ankles of Ricky Holmes, and I think that will show Hayfield a yellow card there, will the referee, and a free kick it is for Farnborough.
And a booking for Hayfield?
Yep.
you thought it might be. I think you can say that battle has well and truly been joined here, isn't it? Both teams really going at it now. Farnborough to try and kill the game off, or at least get this second goal, and United to try and haul themselves level.
Averley 2, Tunbridge 1, St Albans 1, Worthing 2. Robinson knocks it back to Clark, switches out towards the left hand side, but it's over the head of Pendlebury, and a throw for United. Forward it goes, brought down by Casey. Now with Hassani, pokes it back towards Dreyer, switches out towards the left hand side for Falston, who nearly to that play with that first touch, but now one can send it long over the top of Hayfield, brought down by Fern, picked up there by Lirak Hassani, takes on Bradshaw, plays the 1-2 with Hayfield, actually Hayfield decides to keep hold of the ball. Roddy Collins now looks up, plays back to Dyer, under the pressure from Mason Bloomfield, and find Tonks out on the right for United. Dyer joins him as the underlapping winger. Back to Tonks again, tries to get the cross in, that's blocked. He's retained possession though for United's Tonks, tried to get off from Casey, brilliantly done so as well. He's been forced out by the Farnborough defence, but Tonks scoops it back in, looking for Cook, who tries to flick it on. Ball's nearly pulling it away. Seymour goes down in the penalty area. Referee says nothing. Seymour thinks he's got a solid argument in that one. Potentially he was
got
offside.
The wrong side, didn't he? The defender got the wrong side of Brad Ash then, but I think the fact that Ash threw himself to the ground so emphatically may have just helped to make, and referee Harry Wager is going across to Jordan Dyer, who obviously was vociferous in his appeals for a penalty, but Ash threw himself to the ground just a little bit too emphatically. There was some contact there, wasn't there? The ball was running out of play, I think. I don't think Ash would have got to it, would he? But
no,
but we've seen him given, put it like that.
He may have potentially been offside in that as well, which is maybe why the decision wasn't given. Ball sent over the top there by Fulston, brought down by Bradshaw. It's Northampton Town 1, Exeter City 1 at Sixfield, and a foul, says referee on Ollie Pendlebury by Lirak Hassani. And it will be a free kick in front of the United dugout for the hosts. 20 minutes left to go in this one. Plenty of football still to play. United don't want their first defeat of the season to come away from home, where it's away last season United had their troubles. And it's Callum Morton who scored the goal for Northampton against Exeter. I only mentioned that name purely because I believe he's a Torquay fan.
Not a Torquay fan, Torquay born and bred. Yeah, he was another one of the lads who had the misfortune of being a potential trainee at Playmore just when United shut down their youth scheme for the second time, and he ended up leaving the Gulls. I think he did actually play for them at youth team level. And he went to Yeovil Town and then on to West Brom, and had quite a few clubs since. Yeah, a very promising young, wholehearted striker. He's had a lot of injury issues in his career, but another one the Gulls missed, unfortunately.
Here's Reggie Young. Goes off Young last despite his cross hitting Lirak Hassani. St Albans 2, Worthing 2. Goal kick from James Hammond. Cook wins the header, finds Seymour, knocks it out towards Lirak Hassani. Under the pressure there, and it's won by Ricky Holmes, with the referee on the linesman on the far side saying that the ball was taken out of play by the vastly experienced man whose goal splits the sides at the moment. Here's Roddy Collins, back to Tonks, Dreyer, Hayfield, Fulston, taking on Chin, lays it back towards Roddy Collins, scoops it up past Richard Chin, can look up, out towards Fulston on this left hand side, challenge from Pendlebury, out for a throw for United.
Plenty of time.
Fulston, Hassan, Pendlebury turns away. Chin goes down under the pressure from Roddy Collins. Free kick taken quickly. Nearly catches Reggie Young off guard, and it's won back by Sam Dreyer for United. And he can look to surge forward, try to see if there's a channel which is open. There's one on the right hand side, and it's got Finn Tonk's name written on it. Looks to go and take on the vastly experienced defender.
He's done well, hasn't he, Tonks, under pressure. Casey is pushing on and really putting him under it whenever he gets the ball, but he's not panicking, and he's played some quite good stuff.
Dreyer tried to play it down the channel, but no one was there, and it's cleared away by
Harry, often in tandem with Lira Kasani, who's doing his best to spark this United attack into the sort of clear chances they need to get level win this match.
Header from Bradshaw, cleared out for a throw. Now there's going to be a change here, which we'll see Manny Oyaleki come on in a minute. Just another throw for United. There's a little tussle in that corner. Fulston send it back towards Dreyer. Fulston, Dreyer. Here's Jordan Dyer. Scoops it out looking for Cook. Brings it down. Cleared away there by Fern. Would have been perfect there for Seymour. Collins. Dispossessed though by Clark. Back to Casey. Sends it long down that left hand side looking for Reggie Young, but James Hammond will get there first. A throw which is out towards Tonks. He can surge forward for United. Looking for Hayfield. Back to Tonks again. Plays it back to Hayfield, who's on the overlap. Now with Hassani. Hayfield. Hassani. Dyer can knock it out towards Dreyer. Sets it forward in towards Seymour. Pushed out towards Fulston. Dreyer. Dyer. Switches play out towards Finn Tonks on the right hand side, who can bring it down. Looks to take on his man as ball fed through in towards Lira Kasani. Penalty area. Chops it in towards the back stick. Looking there for Seymour. His header sort of cleared away. Fulston brought down there by Ash, who tries to turn on free plays. He does. He's gone down on the edge of the area. Referee's not interested to give it a free kick, and now Farnborough can look to counter. Out towards the right hand side now with Ollie Pendlebury. Chin's breaking down the middle. He's got Bloomfield in the middle as well. Gets across it as Pendlebury, but Sam Dreyer gets the block in and out for a throw for United. Avery 2, Tunbridge 2.
End-to-end stuff, as they say, Harry. One moment, Brad Ash is trying to beat three men in the space of a yard and not succeeding, and then next Farnborough are breaking on United and forcing was it a throw or a corner? A throw at the other end. Good game, both sets of supporters fully engaged, as you might be able to hear from a lady just behind us who's renowned for her passionate support for the borough. Good for her.
Long throw from Robinson. Cleared away by Dyer. Seymour flicks it past Chin. It's picked up there by Clark, and it's out towards Ollie Robinson now. Pendlebury. If they go off him last, it didn't have for a throw for United. We'll see this change. United are going to make a change themselves. As we're going to see Manny Oyaleki come on. And it's the end of the day
holding midfield player.
Number 11, Ricky Holmes.
So Holmes' spread is ended. It's his goal which splits the sides. Manuel Oyaleki, who was on the books at Woking, didn't get much game time due to injury. We're going to see young Jaden Crosby come on.
4.
And it's going to be for Brad Ash.
For Ash. 77th minute.
Replacing number 11, Brad Ash. That's number 15.
Jaden Crosby. Crosby made a pretty good impression, as he has done through pre-season. Was injured at the start of it, but scored a very good goal at Tiverton in the final friendly, and Good impression last Saturday when he came on against Enfield.
All through from Chin, and Mason Bloomfield. Clear daylight between him and the last man. But it does run to James Hammond, who will knock the ball back out towards Dreyer. I should say Heyman, shouldn't I, not Hammond? Or am I getting the pronunciation wrong? Here's Dreyer. Hassani. So back in the middle, finds Jordan Dyer. Over the top, Cook looks to bring it down into the path of Crosby, who sends it back in towards Lira Hassani! And the deflection there of the Farnborough man takes it out for a corner. It's Ollie Robinson who got himself in the way of it.
That was a hell of an interception, wasn't it? Was it Hayfield or Hassani? I think it may have been Hayfield, actually. That was a hell of a challenge, wasn't it, by Robinson? That was goal bound. Header across the box by Cody Cook. Farnborough couldn't clear, the ball dropped. And what a great piece of defending to get that over the bar.
Referee just talking to Fulston.
Usual pushing and shoving match on the goal line. Set piece.
In it comes from Lira Hassani towards the near post. It's cleared away. Crosby battling for that one. It's Collins trying to get the better of Reggie Young, who just launches it downfield. It's found by James Hammond. Over the top it goes, looking for Cook, who can bring it down. Can he get us this way? Cook, what a save by Turner! He's managed to kick it away. And United, I'll just keep on knocking on that door, but it's not going to be opened for him. Here's Chin. We talked about this being end-to-end. Can Chin get away from Hayfield? He does. He tries to get away from Dyer. Doesn't do so. It's picked up by Pendlebury. Dyer's gone down and stayed down. Here's Clark. Back to Manny Oyeleki. The game just sort of calms down a little bit by asking for your man of the match nominations. Dave, once we get a respite in this one, I don't know when it's going to be though, as Crosby's now picked up possession for United. He can surge forward, can the number 15 take on Manny Oyeleki, and the experience of the Farnborough man coming into hand over young Jaden Crosby, who now looks to try to take on Hassani, and I don't think that's a free kick. The referee does give it from the persistence from Hassani, and it's going to be a double change from Farnborough. I thought they were going to bring Sam Smart on earlier, but they didn't. They do now.
Yeah, man of the match possibilities. James Hammond has to be right up there, I think.
Yep.
I think
substitution for Farnborough.
Jordan Dyer has done very well.
Reggie Young.
There's Reggie Young coming off for Sam Smart.
He's done pretty well, Reggie Young, hasn't he, for Farnborough?
Sam Smart.
Experience. They're able to bring on Farnborough. What two experienced midfield players, Manny Onoleke and Sam Smart. Really been around, know what they're doing.
Turner looking to feed it in towards the channel where substitute Sam Smart's just come on. Looking to take on Tonks. Persistence there from Tonks. The Farnborough fans not happy with this now. Ollie Pendlebury. Takes on his man now to Smart. Curls one in, looking for his man Bloomfield, who goes down under the pressure from Dyer, from Dreyer, I should say, but it looks like it was just them two.
Yes, James Hammond would be my man of the match at the moment. Other candidates, I think Cody Cook has worked extremely hard up front. He'd be another one. I think Lira Hassani has done well since he's come on.
Through.
And possibly Jordan Dyer. They'll be my four.
Also over the top, Cook leaves it. Ball cleared away by Robinson. It's not convincing that header, but Turner will retrieve the ball. You can vote shortly on Twitter or X, or whatever you prefer to call it these days, on the BBC Devon Sport for those. James Hammond, Jordan Dyer, Cody Cook and Lyric Hassani. The nominations from Dave Thomas of the Torquay Weekly. You can join him and Alan Richardson on Tuesday night away at Twerton Park for the goals. The return of Hayfield, Cook and Dyer.
600.
So one of United's more favoured well, United fans more favoured away days.
You notice how long the ball is going at the moment. Cook is on the end of absolutely everything.
Just needs somebody to get onto the end of his knockdowns. Way by Oyeleki. Right. Chin can knock it out, and Highfield will leave that for a throw.
United's fans behind Jack Turner's goal, urging United on. They're certainly giving it everything. You can't accuse them of not trying their absolute best to get something out of this game.
Tonks gets away from Sam Smart on towards Lira Kasani, tries to spread it out towards the right hand side, but it's won back there by Smart, and he'll clear it away looking for Dreyer. Dyer turns away, does Crosby. It's David Breming going to be coming on shortly for the hosts. Ball switched out towards Fulston, brings it down on Chin, back towards Roddy Collins. Gets the cross in. Ball bouncing down. Could it find to Cook, who's blocked there? Could it fall back to Cook? It's now with Seymour. He knocks it out towards Hassani on the edge of the area. Hayfield out towards the right hand side. Tonks tries to get the cross in. It's flicked on and cleared away by the Farnborough man. Only as far as those
non-stop pressure from the goals.
In it comes from Dyer. Looking for Hassani. It's cleared away this time by Bradshaw. Collins recycles the ball. It's now with Dreyer. United piling on the pressure. Dyer. Tonks finds Hayfield, tries to cut it back, and it's not found. United man and gets in the cross as Tonks, flicked on by Seymour. Can it fall to Lira Kasani? It can do, but it's not much power on that one. Turner spilt it, but United cannot get a hold of it as Hayfield goes clattering into Pendlebury. Referee says that's a free kick, and Hayfield, who's on a yellow card.
Well, I think that is a perfectly good tackle, Harry. I think he got to the ball first. And I'm very surprised that Mr. Wager, who's had a pretty good game this afternoon, I think, has called that a foul. There was no one else winning that ball but Hayfield. All right, he lunged towards it, but he was always getting there first. Just because a player goes down over his leg doesn't mean it's a foul. But there we are.
Substitution for Farnborough. Replacing number
Mason Bloomfield makes way.
Mason Bloomfield.
It'll be a debut for David Breming. Came in to
number 16,
fill in the space on the bench. Hampton down to 10 minutes, AD Chelmsford by a goal to nil. Northampton 2-1 up against Exeter City at Sixfields.
Don't know about you, Harry. I think United certainly deserve an equaliser here, don't they?
But again, it's just a simple mistake.
No prizes for deserving, though.
Chin. And it goes out for a throw.
I think with stoppages, look, you've still got to be talking about at least 10 more minutes of play, haven't you? 84, 85 minutes.
Yep. Dyer.
That's a great pass.
Plays it out towards Finn Tonks, who's breaking down the right-hand side. He's joined by Sam Smart. Plays it back to Hassani. Can he light something up for the girls? He's got Hayfield with him. Plays it back towards Jordan Dyer. Dreyer. Looking up, sending the ball in deep, looking for Crosby, but that's going to be Turner's ball.
Yeah, that
bring that down. That's
not the best ball into the box United have played this afternoon. Dreyer just got a little bit over anxious there. Could have done with one more pass and then the ball in.
Turner clears it away. Dreyer brings it down. Here's Richard Chin. Breming back to Chin. Can he get the shot away? He can do. But Hammond is equal to it and out for a corner.
Another very good save by James Hammond, my man of the match. The game would have been over there if that one had gone in. On an angle, Chin cutting in from the right hand side, but it was on target, and Hammond, real good save to tip it over the bar.
Pendlebury going to have this in out-swinging corner, should I say. In it comes, it's deep. It's brought down by Dyer, and he manages to scramble away at the second time of asking. Bradshaw's telling Pendlebury to get back out again. Plays it back to Richard Chin, who his attempt led to the corner. He's been dispossessed there by Dan Hayfield, but Chin recovers well. Otherwise Hayfield, maybe not the player you want to break away, but was on the way forward. Ball long, Smart battling with Tonks, and it goes out for a throw on for United. Tonks says it's a goal kick.
I must say, I can't quite work out how that isn't a goal kick. Surely it didn't go that side of the corner flag, but Mr. Wager was pretty well up with play. I think he's had a good game this afternoon, don't you think, Harry? He's been up with everything.
Sorry, who's this? I was looking at
the referee, Mr. Wager.
Referee, yeah.
I think he's done okay this afternoon.
I think the penalty call was right.
Yeah.
The experience of Ricky Holmes.
I think you couldn't really I don't think it was United's reaction to it. I think they knew what was coming as soon as Tonks got his challenge wrong. It's a great shame for him, because I think he's done really well in the second half. Tonks, he's had a tough old time up against Josh Casey, but it would have been easy for him to go under, but he hasn't.
Chelmsford 1, Hampton 1, Mason 1, Truro 1. Cook flicks on the ball over the top, and Chin will under the pressure. Did that go off him last? It did, and it's a corner for United. They've won something out of nothing. Sani's gone over to take this corner. Only
can United come up with a late equaliser here?
Sani, 2 arms raised for the United number 7. In it comes in towards the mixer. Cook looking to get there. It's cleared away there by Ollie Pendlebury. And Chin can look to break down this right-hand side if he's got any energy left in him. He looks absolutely knackered. And it will be a throw for United. But there is a Farnborough man down in the penalty area. Buying a little bit of time, shall we say.
Player down complaining of a little head knock. Now in that situation, no, he doesn't require treatment, and he's back on his feet. There's a shot. Ollie Robinson. Or is it Fern? Not quite sure. No, I think it's Robertson. He's done well, hasn't he, in the heart of the Farnborough defence. Cook has given them a tough old afternoon up front for United.
Falston with a throw. Dyer over the top looking for Cook, but that one's evaded.
That's not one of Dyer's best. I feel for Cook. I think he's put a real shift in this afternoon, Harry, don't you? He's Farnborough's central defenders won't forget him for a little while, and he almost certainly deserved for his side to be slightly better off than 1-0 down with a minute of normal time and whatever is added on left.
Safe to say with United, if they are going to lose this game, which says they will be, you can't deny them the effort that's been put into this one. They've not put their heads down. They've not put their heads down, should I say? 5 minutes added on.
There you go, 5 minutes. We thought it would be something like that.
St Mark's Junior School, and today's attendance is 1,505. Thank you very much for your support.
1,500 in the ground for this one.
Well, I reckon.
In comes across for United. Could have evade Cook, it does, and Robinson clear it away. It's picked up there by Manuel Alecki, who's under the pressure from United's number 15, Crosby.
I would think at least 400 to 500 of those fans here today are United supporters.
Breaking away to Smart. He does go down. The referee says it's a free kick after he's been caught by Jordan Dyer. I think Dyer might go into the book for this one.
Yeah. Just done for pace there, wasn't he?
I don't think he has, because Torquay told him to get
Just done for pace, and he's just pulled up with cramp, I think. Apart from anything else. I hope it's not more than that. Yeah, no, thank goodness for that. We don't want to start going down the road of the endless hamstring injuries that United players suffered last season.
Argyle 1, Hull 1, the full-time scoreline at
Dyer is
Park.
back on his feet here, and United have a free kick to defend from wide on their right.
So first point on the board for Wayne Rooney.
Fulston is waving players away, forward players who have come back to help out in defence, as if to say, look, at this stage of the game, you stay up there, mate. If we get a break on, we want somebody up there, not
There's a crossing from Farnborough straight into the hands of James Hammond, who will look to roll it quickly towards Dyer, looking to take on Chin. Knocks it back towards Jordan Dyer. I'm going to get them mixed up all season, Dyer and Dreyer. Fulston looks to switch play, looking for Cook to try and bring it down. He does win that header.
How many of those has he won this afternoon?
You're just waiting for somebody to get on the end of it.
In fairness, I don't think it's not been for want of trying. It's just so many balls just seem to have dropped to Farnborough players in the box.
I see Jordan Dyer, who's limping a little bit there. There's going to be Ed Palmer coming on.
Jordan Dyer is number 16.
Am I right to say this is going to be Ed Palmer's senior Torquay debut?
No, I'd like to see that.
I'm not sure. Did Palmer play when he was a youngster in the senior team at all?
I don't think he did. My goodness, I should have remembered that, shouldn't
Here's
I?
Palmer, sends it in, flicked on, but retrieved there by Turner from the header. I think it was Cook who's got it noggin onto that one.
The match, as chosen by our matchday sponsor, Gull and Skoda, is number 5, Ollie Robinson.
Ollie Robinson has got the home man of the match award.
It's going to be him or Holmes who's going to win that one. Cook. Chin knocks it forward. I think Bremen was quite far offside. Cheshire United 1, Bournemouth 2 at the Meadow. The latest goal update. Truro and leading 2-1 over Mason, should I say, as well, as Palmer knocks out towards Tonks on the right side, and Palmer surges forward. In comes the ball from Tonks. It's going to go straight to the hands of Turner, who'll do the theatrics to hold the ball down for a bit longer.
Yes, that was a bit over dramatic, wasn't it, by Jack Turner, who's had a bit of a relationship with Gulls fans behind that goal in the second half, but at the moment he looks like he's going to be the one grinning at the end.
Dorking 1, Chippenham 0, the first full-time score in the National League South this afternoon. Oyeleki under the pressure from Crosby. Clark under the pressure from Lirak Hassani. Bradshaw back to Turner. He'll send this one forward. Hammond's coming way off his line to go and head the ball, which he does, looking for Hayfield. It's actually Crosby trying to knock it out towards Hayfield, but the pass isn't there. Here's Smart looking to break away. Farnborough fans wanting them to get another goal, but it could be just Smart wanting to play it smart and keep it in the corner. He's joined by Tonks, who's won the ball back, and it's now with Tonks again, who will put his foot straight through that one and clear it away. Header up there by Clark, who looks like he's holding something just then. So now with Smart, so Oyeleki's rolling on the floor. Ball scooped over the top by Casey, but I'll go out for a throw for United as the referee blows the full-time whistle. Farnborough 1, Torquay United 0. Ricky Holmes from the spot, giving Farnborough all 3 points. But I think United can take positive encouragement from this one. If Farnborough are going to be meeting their ambitions of the playoffs, to only be a mistake to split the two sides, I think there's positive to take from this one.
No, I agree. At half-time, I thought that Farnborough were deserved their half-time lead just about. They put United under a lot of pressure early in the second half. And at that stage you feared for them a little bit, but they got through that spell, made the early substitutions in the second half, which I think helped, and especially in midfield, where I thought Hassani and Roddy Collins both did well, and then they put Farnborough under all sorts of pressure in the last 20 minutes of the match. Cook, real good afternoon as the target man up front. How many balls did he win or force mistakes off, and they just didn't drop to United players in the box. One fantastic challenge by Robinson. We're still not sure whether it was Hayfield or Hassani. You're probably right, Hassani. And then just as good a save by Turner to deny Cody Cook moments later. So United did absolutely everything within their power. Paul Watton has told us repeatedly, don't expect too much too soon from this team, but absolutely no, and the United supporters behind that goal are applauding them at the final whistle, so there's no issues on the effort that was put in this afternoon. It's a disappointing result after the opening day win, but I think we're pretty certain that Farnborough, especially at home here, are going to be strong. They looked a thoroughly capable, physically strong, committed side. There wasn't much between the teams. It wasn't as if United had been beaten up this afternoon. They definitely haven't been. Just a bit frustrating that they couldn't come away with at least something.
Well, the pieces are there, as Dave said. Paul Watson message to the players is don't expect too much too soon. They are gelling, they are building. Remember, only one player was contracted at the beginning of the Brington Sewell team ownership when they came in. And there is 46 games. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I'm sure United will lose more games this season, but they will win more, they will draw more, and they will pick up points here, there and everywhere. But today's just not their day. They were out-muscled at times. Young Finn Tonks, who was only 9 months old when Ricky Holmes made a senior footballing debut, brought down the vastly experienced Farnborough man. And he stepped up to make it 3 goals and 2, despite James Hammond going the right way. United can take the positives from this one as they head to Bath City on Tuesday night. As I said earlier, Alan Richardson and Dave Thomas will take you through that one at Swerton Park. We'll go through some of the scores in the National League South before we hand back to James in the studio. There's some full-time scores, there's some games still going at the minute. Ava League 2, Tunbridge 2 is the latest. Bath 1, Welling 0, Chelmsford 1, Hampton Richmond Borough 1. As I say that one's just finished. It's finished between Cheshire and Bournemouth 2-1 to the visitors. Dorking beating Chippenham by a goal to 0. And the other game which currently finished is St Albans 2, Worthing 2. Enfield 1, Western-super-Mare 0. Hornchurch 0, Eastbourne 1, Mason 1, Truro 2. Salisbury 1, Slough 0's just finished. And Weymouth 0, Hemel Hempstead 2. Argyle earlier on drawing 1-1 with Hull City, and Northampton Town have beaten Exeter City by 2 goals to 1. We'll catch up with Paul Watson, you can hear that in the last hour of the show, and of course votes for your man of the match as well on Twitter from the 4 players sent forward by Dave Thomas. It's Ricky Holmes with a penalty, which gives Farnborough a 1-0 result here at Cherrywood Road. Bath City on Tuesday to turn it all around. It finishes here, Farnborough 1, Torquay United 0.
What do you love about summer in Devon?
Beautiful, it's a lovely setting and it's great for the children.
Beautiful. Why go abroad? It is, it's good to get out and enjoy the sunshine, bring the kids out for the day.
Really beautiful, yeah, you don't want to be anywhere else really. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful, the weather's great, the place is excellent. It's a beautiful place to be today.
Brighter days are back.
Having it on your doorstep is just, perfect.
The sound of Devon.
You can't beat it. I think it's the best place in the world on a nice sunny day. In fact, it's not bad on a dull day.
This is BBC Radio Devon.
Okay, just a point then today for our 3 sides. Not a good return. A draw for Plymouth Argyle at home against Hull City, but defeat on the road for Exeter and Torquay United. Here's the story of the afternoon as it unfolded on BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Southampton have everybody back either on the edge of or inside their own penalty area. The corner from the City left, low towards the near post, headed right across, and in Tristan Crammer with the header. It was a doddle of a header, really, so simple. The ball bouncing inside the 6-yard box, and the tall Loney stooping or leaning into the header, really, probably no more than 4 yards out. Nothing Burge could do. Early advantage to City. They lead by a goal to 0.
Tonks drives through, down he goes. Referee says penalty. It's Ricky Holmes for Farnborough, steps up and sends it past James Hammond. 37 minutes gone at Cherrywood Road. Farnborough take the lead.
But Ryan Hardy scoops it into the area. Sissoko has the ball. Sissoko scores! Played in from the right-hand side. Drop for Sissoko. He got it out from under his feet. 8 yards out. Inside right channel. And he buries it. It's Argyle 1. Hull City 0. Plays it to Miller. Comes back to Coyle. And Coyle left-footed. Drills it into the back of the net. And Hull City are level for all their good play. Argyle's lead has been snatched away. Coyle it was with a run, picked it up, centre field, little swervy run, exchange passes, back into the box, left-footed, across Hazard. And on 62 minutes, it's Argyle 1, Hull 1.
It's on the halfway line. Whitworth's come towards his goal. He's got caught here. Morton is going to beat him through his legs. Oh, dear. Whitworth, I'm afraid, has got caught there. It's an individual mistake. He's come to try and take that long ball into his penalty area. He stopped, and Morton has seen the ball drop dead weight on his foot. The keeper's off balance, and he's poked it through his legs.
65 minutes, Northampton 1, Exeter 1. Fosu inside the box, it comes to Guthrie, and it's McGeehan at the far post, turns it in. City appeal for offside, but the ball was cut back by Fosu. Guthrie drove it in at the far post, and McGeehan was right by it, just stretched to hammer it in. All the arms went up, but the assistant on the far side wasn't interested. And from a goal up, City now trail with 13 to go. Northampton 2, City 1.
Yeah, so Plymouth Argyle with a draw today at home against Hull City. 1-1 it finished at Home Park. Exeter City losing 2-1 away against Northampton, despite taking an early lead in that game. And Torquay United with no points to show for their effort away against Farnborough today. Farnborough 1, Torquay United 0. We'll keep you up to date with what else has been going on today, including the FA Cup preliminary round match between Exmouth Town and Brixham. There was a serious injury to one of the players involved in that game. Dislocated knee, we're being told. So referee just working out what to do in terms of concluding that match. We'll bring you up to date on that, and we wish the player well.